Sue Moroney.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, the purpose of this bill is completely incorrect in terms of what the outcomes will be from this bill, because I just want to read out what the bill says the purpose of it is. It says the purpose of this Act is to uphold students' rights to freedom of association by removing any requirement for students to join students' associations. In other words, they are making it compulsory for these students to have voluntary student membership. Mr. Chair, I look forward to debating the purpose of this bill, not only here in this Parliament, but out on the streets during the general election back in Hamilton. Because when I'm contesting the seat for Hamilton West against Tim McIndoe, then I know that the students at the Wintec are going to be very concerned about the passage of this bill, because they will know that Tim McIndoe has voted to take away their freedom to decide whether they have a student union, a student association on their campus or not. They will know that it is Tim McIndoe who has said that students can't make this decision for themselves, that it's the government that's going to dictate to them that they cannot have a vibrant student association on their campus. And then on the other side of the river in Hamilton East, it's going to be Sahai Orgard, the Hamilton East candidate for Labour, who I know is going to be thrilled to be debating this issue, the purpose of this bill, with David Bennett, because I know that the student union at university, they know exactly what it means to be a voluntary union, and they know that the purpose that it says in this bill is not in fact what the outcome is going to be, because when they voluntarily went voluntary in 1996, then what they found was that they sold all of their assets, they were asset stripped, and they had no infrastructure left at the end of that process. But they also, it does sound familiar, it sounds like John Key's plan for the whole entire country. Well, it happened at Waikato University. And I just want to go through a few of the facts, because I thought there was a very, very fine submission brought forward by that particular organisation, because what they told us was that in 1996 they had membership levy revenue of $730,593. So that's what they were bringing in student levies, which meant that they could have a very robust organisation. 1997 that fell to $593,000, and that was before they even went to voluntary union membership. In 1998, the first year of voluntary membership for the Waikato Student Union back in 1998, their membership levy fell to $23,253. So one can see the immediate impact that this bill will have on the voice of students right throughout this land, and that will be forced on them. It won't be voluntary. I mean, the student union in Waikato actually volunteered to make this decision, and then they realised after 3 or 4 years that they'd got it wrong. They got it so badly wrong. And they had a vote again and decided to become compulsory, because they know what the impact was. They lost their student representation on their council at the Waikato University. They lost all of the assets that many generations of students had saved up for the student radio, campus movies, a whole range of other things that they will never, ever get back. The radio station that they had and the frequency that they broadcast on has been sold forever, and they will never get that frequency back. They also made all of their staff redundant. So they actually had no one in a paid position who could actually give professional advocacy to students for the issues that they face. In the second year of voluntary membership, their membership levy revenue fell to just $3,442. $3,442. For goodness sake, Mr. Chair, the local bridge club would operate on more money than that every year. The local bridge club and any other club the stamp collectors, would cost them less just to have their club operating. But the entire student union levy fell to $3,442, and I think it was at that stage that they realised that they had made such a bad mistake that the final year of their voluntary union membership was in the year 2000. It was in the year 2000, and they returned to universal membership in 2001. That was that they voluntarily collectively made a decision because they could.
I call the Honourable Darren Hughes.
Thank you.